With the skyline of Manhattan as our backdrop, we are across the East River in the fabled borough of Brooklyn, New York. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a run. Here's the first-round pick from April's draft. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's 2nd down. They tried to run the counter, just that the defense wasn't fooled.
And when they're not fooled, you see the end result, because what you're doing there, you mentioned the counter. You're using your offensive linemen sometimes to pull or move to influence the defensive front to go in that direction and create the space back in the other side and block it appropriately. But you're exactly right. Didn't move him.
Down the numbers. There he goes. Down to the 10. Touchdown. A great effort there. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Bulls go down the field in just 2 plays to take the early lead. Extra point attempt to follow here. And it's good to make it 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one good for 33 and a first. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
2nd and 7, operating from the 34.
Ready? 5-9, 5-9.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is?
Under pressure, they got him again. Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field.
12. Hey, easy. We'll go orange. 59. 21. Go.
They snap it to Herbert. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. It's caught at the 10. And he's into the end zone for the receiving touchdown. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Armadillos are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. And oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. So we're back to a 1-point game now as the kickoff comes. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They'll drop to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 10 more there and another first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. They'll set up to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Bulls are able to add on to that lead. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Set. 12. Set.
On 3rd down, it's Pacheco. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
On 4th down, Herbert escaping the pressure right. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field.
Here we go. Set.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Goes underneath for Sproles. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great play there. 27 yards. And the Bulls are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So remember now, this was all set up by the stop defensively on 4th down. That's what got them this great field position. And then 2 plays later, they're already in the end zone.
Yeah, partner, funny how it works like that, huh? That's a momentum swing amusement park style. Your defense comes off the field, bouncing, grooving, they're fired up, and it carries over to the other side of the ball.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Here's Herbert. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Hey, you look at this defense.
They're currently 21st, Charles, in the NFL against the run.
One thing you do know, they'll be fired up because they're facing a top 5 rushing attack. And even if they have early success against them, they got to remember they got to sustain it because teams that are top 5, they don't stop running the ball if they don't get things done early.
Call it a gain of 5. 4th down now. We are in for a good one as we're through 1 on EA Sports. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? They're indeed going for it as they look to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward.
Crowd right, crowd right, crowd right. Ready.
Herbert. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Home to trips right. Set.
Back to throw here, Herbert. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. We often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. And the head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. That's complete to White. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 15 yards there for number 15. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
Back to throw again. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. They'll look to throw again. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They get this out left. Touchdown! From 3 yards out. And the Bulls continue to pull away here this first half. And there was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to...
And he will take it in for the touchdown. A great effort there.
70 yards. And the Armadillos get a bit closer. Extra point try now from Dicker.
And this time he gets it to go as it is up and good. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They're going to look to throw.
Fires quickly to White.
They find some open field here.
And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30.
A big play there. 41 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball.
Looks for White, but it's intercepted.
Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
Set.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Hey, easy. OP. Hey, Ray. Let's go. Hey.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. And he's got Booker. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line.
16 more on that one and another first down.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Set. Set.
Now a handoff up the middle.
Solomon knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
Hey, go line,
Now
line,
Herbert
line.
going to shift his guys around.
Brings up second and 7.
They'll keep it on the ground. Solomon. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on third down.
Set. Grenade. Grenade. Hey, go lion. Ready.
Here's Herbert. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Set. Go. Baylor Tiger. Set.
Here we go on fourth. Herbert. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The fourth down pass play doesn't work out. And as a result, possession switches hands. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. And they rattle off a big one. 51 yards. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's first and 10 just outside the red zone. Looking to throw. They'll roll him out right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A 23-yard run.
And the Bulls take a 3-touchdown lead.
That's a really good decision right there outside of the pocket. You've got to know the right time to shift from passer to runner. He was looking and looking. Nothing there. You can almost feel the brainwaves firing as he calculates. I think I can win a race to the pylon. And he turns out to be right. Touchdown.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead opens up now to 22 points.
Armadillo's 13.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Set.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 84 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Ready.
On first down, Solomon.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. Second down. Second down and 6 now.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Here's 3rd and 10.
Set. Set.
A play fake, and now Herbert to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
Set. 5-9, 5-9. Go.
Now it's Herbert. He finds his man, complete. It's Webb. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
2nd down and 4.
380. Ready.
Herbert now.
And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Hey, easy, easy, easy. We'll go orange, 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 orange. 59, 59. 21. Set.
Herbert back to the air.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted.
And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. How you like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you?
And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. So after a very one-sided first half, what will the second half bring as we are back underway on EA Sports? And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Eluding the pressure right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
He's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And oh, it'll be intercepted.
Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Herbert flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. He's got a man complete. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. And what a big-time play there. 76 yards.
Well, they weren't worried about the skies in this play call. Send out a 4-receiver set, and they're all going to run vertical routes and really put pressure on that secondary. And this is just a beautiful throw, right where it needs to be, and it turns into a huge play.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line.
85 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
They'll run here on 3rd and goal. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there.
His 16th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Armadillos are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. And they'll have Herbert try and throw for it.
Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Right back to him on 1st down. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Sliding, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. They need 18 yards here on 3rd down.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Looking for White on the deep ball. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down.
Yeah, this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Home the troops right. Hey, Kappa. What is it?
On 2nd and 9. Herbert. And this is incomplete. But the passing game right now for them not overly impressive. Last week he hit on right at 50%. This week he's under 50%.
And it's not just on him. Protection, a few breakdowns along the way. That's made him get off the spot. Receivers not getting their way open downfield. The coverage has been awfully tight. They've got to all get together and find ways to make this passing game get in gear.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That is caught, and they can't bring him down. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Give him 32 on the play.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Set.
Up the middle they go. Solomon. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 24-yard line.
Hey, ram. Set.
Here's Herbert. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
380.
Looking to throw. Herbert. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Go.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
Crowd right.
2nd and goal.
Baylor Tiger.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. 2nd and goal.
Home the troops right. Ready.
Back to throw. Herbert flush to his right. He throws it on the move but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Hey, Ray. Let's go. Hey. Set.
Now Herbert, 3rd and goal, escaping the pressure right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. So now 4th and goal. You're trailing by a decent amount here. What are you doing, Coach Davis?
Well, I've got to think to myself, just how many more opportunities am I going to have this close and have this chance? I've got to go for it right here. The clock's dwindling on me. Let's go get it done.
Hey, go lion. Set.
4th down for Herbert. Desperation time. Eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be intercepted.
Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick six territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the third row.
Sproles. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
And this is the worry because sometimes you can get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important third down.
Back to throw here. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27. No first down. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. And boy, this is going to be close.
Damn, motherfucker. Push me back far as hell.
And he didn't get there. They come up short here on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Baylor Tiger. Baylor Tiger. What is it?
They'll run on 1st down. Solomon.
And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. 126 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
80. You're up. 21. Ready.
Right back to him on 1st down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
A loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11.
We'll go orange.
At the 15-yard line.
Now before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. They'll keep it on the ground. Solomon, and able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
Now 3rd down and 7.
It's a gain of 5.
12.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
Go. Hey, ram. Baylor Tiger.
Back to throw here, Herbert.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
The 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And as a result, possession switches hands. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. A real chance for them to salt this game away after that turnover on downs, holding a 2-score lead in the 4th quarter. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. 2nd down and a yard. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. On play action, they'll throw.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
But, partner, anytime someone tells me that fundamentals are leaving the game, I'm going to show them this play because they couldn't get to the passer. So what do you have to do? Get your hands up in the passing lane, and they batted it away on a 3rd down attempt.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And that kick will go out of bounds right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10.
10. 5-9, 5-9. Ready.
Herbert. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
65 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as it comes with 1:25 left to go in the contest. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
They'll run again. And he is going to have a 1st down here, and that should be the one that seals a victory.
He was brought down at the 28-yard line. A gain of 9 yards. 1st down, hold.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That's going to be caught. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. A great effort there, with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game.
And the Bulls look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Armadillo's 21.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their third straight defeat. And this one incomplete, threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
He's going to let it fly. And this is dropped it incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time has run out on this ball game.
A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like everything that they dialed up worked.
Yeah, it certainly was fun to watch from our perspective. How'd you like to be those defensive coaches, though? That wasn't a blast for them at all. And let's face it, they all game plan, they all scout, they all think they're prepared. But executing and stopping teams, that's another matter entirely.
So for Brooklyn, it's a win they needed, if for nothing else in their sanity, as they move to 4-6. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for Brooklyn, the turnaround hasn't materialized as they fall to 2-6.